Yo, yo, yo. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is the Uppercut podcast, and I got a motherfucking, the biggest guy on YouTube, you heard? I feel like everybody been taking this down, man. Yo, Bronx River's own Hassan Campbell.
You know what? You said that right. It's like, damn, everybody taking my style. Niggas is running with it and won't give a credit. Like, everybody is stealing from style. Niggas be saying my shit. They're talking about I got it from them. Channels that I don't even watch.
Right.
Like, I've been on YouTube before you dudes.
Yo, you know what's the most craziest? Like, I knew a sneaker blogger who talks about you. And I just couldn't, there were so many, I just can't believe, like, all these people I couldn't believe, like, a sneaker blogger would talk about you, And he's getting mad views, too, like, the incidents and all that, and every other videos that you put out. You're making a lot of money for the YouTube ads, man.
Well, man, I done brought so many slogans, it ain't even funny, and niggas is running with my style.
But, I got to go with the bullshit first, man, Haas. Like I said, I heard about you through the Africa Bambata thing.
Right.
Where do you stand on that right now?
I mean, it's only one way to stand against failure. The dude is a child predator. And one thing a lot of people's not going to give me credit for, I opened up the door for people to be exposing these creeps. You see what I'm saying? I came before the Me Too movement, but the Me Too movement act like they didn't see my movement. They just overlooked me. And hip hop overlooked me. You know what I mean? These rappers overlooked me. The big platforms overlooked me until now.
But I just feel, you know what it is though? Like sometimes, even with the African Bambata thing, right? You're saying that, he did, he's into a lot of crazy shit.
He's into little boys.
But what I don't understand is why did you take a picture with him like after the fact, like later down the line? There was a picture of you and him standing together.
See, people, and I'm glad you asked that question because people act like they didn't hear the interviews already. They chop and screw. The man raised me. You see what I'm saying? I grew up under this man. He's never been a part, like, there's been some time that I didn't see him for a while, but for the most part, this man raised me. He's been a part of my life since I've been a child. And see, one thing in the black community that people play dumb, most of us live with the molester. Most of the time, the molester's at the Christmas dinner. He's eating Thanksgiving. When you look at comedians like Chris Rock, how he said in one of the jokes, he was like, everybody know not to let their own kids go in the living room with Uncle such and such.
But I thought you said you was gonna kill him, or like if you ever see him, you're gonna like kill him, or see, violate him,
my whole thing
or even get him arrested, right?
With Africa Bambata, like
child molesters, you don't get them arrested. Like, I don't get it.
Here's the thing with Africa Bambata. First of all, in the earlier days, you wasn't doing nothing to him. He was too strong.
Oh yeah, you said that.
That's first off. Yes. Second of all, I wasn't the type of dude that go to the police. So when dudes be like, why you ain't get him locked up? Why would I get him locked up? I'm the type of that I'm sitting in front of the judge for the cases. Why would I want to put a nigga in jail? That was my mindset. And the reality of it is the only reason why I told on Africa Bambata was because, a situation occurred where he tried to have me kill a nigga that stabbed him up because he touched a young boy.
Wow.
But he didn't admit that he touched him. I just put my 2 cents together.
Right.
And as time went on, it just started eating me, and I couldn't live with the secret because the reality of it is people put me on a hot seat, but a lot of these little niggas out here killing, this is why they killing. They not out here getting money and laying niggas down over drugs. This is laying niggas down because they got touched, and they can't tell nobody they got touched, and especially after watching everybody make fun of me. And most of the dudes that'll sit up there and say, oh, well, you know what I mean, you stuck wee-wee. Those dudes are homos. Niggas are undercover brothers in jail. Some of these dudes that be shit, when you look down the line, you done heard they was fucking chumps in jail.
Right.
So of course they're not gonna like a nigga like me because I go against what they stand for. And they're not gonna tell everybody that they chumps.
So if African Bambata ever get convicted, right? Would you ever go to court and
at this point, yes. Absolutely.
You would go on the stand and tell everybody.
There's somebody right now, a John Doe, that's waiting. Africa Bambata is running. because he don't want to be served. There's an open court case with a John Doe, and he's not appearing in court.
You could do that? You could just not appear in court?
He's ducking. That's why you see him traveling, and he's in different countries. That's why people are like, oh, why you didn't kill him? First and foremost, I told the story already. When I first exposed Africa Bambata, they had a meeting in a room, and he apologized what he did to me. He cried. He apologized in front of a room full of people.
Right.
So my whole thing was, when Ron Savage came out 6 months later, he on the front page of the newspaper, then the whispering start, and I got a phone call basically saying like, yo, they talking about killing you. So after that, that's when I went on Star's platform like, you know what? Ain't no holds barred now.
Right.
Because I guess they felt like I had something to do with Ron Savage. But now
whatever happened to him?
He reneged on his statements and said it was a misunderstanding.
Right. Wow.
I don't understand how you it's a misunderstanding when you sucking a grown man, but okay.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying? The guy had a mouthful of jism. And let me set the record straight too. Africa Bambata has never put his wee-wee in my mouth. So when we saying dumb shit like that, you got to ask them, like, is that part of your fantasy? I never said he did that. I said he thigh'd me. I made it clear what he did and what he was doing. He's never done that to me or never even tried to do that to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, when dudes are saying stuff like that, is that your fantasy? Because you're making up stuff. I made it clear what he did to me. You see what I'm saying? Real clear. So how is this adding on to the story?
And you know, and then because with all that situation happening with the African Bambata, and then now you're saying, yeah, if he ever goes to court, you will testify.
Exactly.
Right. And speaking of hip hop too, I'm kind of going a little left field. Like, you know, a lot of people have been asking me, because you're from the Bronx, correct?
Yep, Bronx River Projects.
Right.
Same projects Africa Bambata's from.
And they're talking about how, because I had Lord Jamar, peace to Lord Jamar. He came here and he was talking about how Puerto Ricans, right, were there, but they weren't participants in hip hop.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I absolutely disagree with that. When you go back to the early days of Beat Street and you go back to hip hop, one of the biggest names you're gonna see is Crazy Legs. I absolutely disagree with that.
Okay.
Puerto Ricans was there hand in hand.
Okay. Right. All right. Because I wanted to see a percent, because a lot of people have been like,
if you ever interview Africa Bambata, he'd be the first one to tell you that. Right. Most of the Zulu Nation was half and half.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, when you look at the Zulu Nation, it was a bit of everything in there. You had every culture. A lot of your people was in there. A lot of everybody in the Zulu Nation.
Yeah, but was this before hip hop?
This was in the beginning of hip hop. First of all, you gotta think the Zulu Nation is the first family. I come from the first family of hip hop.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And what people don't realize is that, like, you have so many people. Queen Latifah, Zulu. Lord Jamar, Zulu. You see Ice Cube, Zulu.
He's saying that they were, but they were there, but they, at first, they're like, yo, nah, this is like, they were like, nah, don't, they're Moreno, they were black, nah, don't, you know. It was like on some race thing at first, you know, like. Listen,
it depends on what circle you was in. Maybe in Lord Jamar's circle, it was like that.
Got it.
Which he comes from a dope circle. Grand Nubian, when they came out, they was, Brand Nubian was dope.
Yeah.
You know, and shout out to Lord Jamar. One thing, you know, I understand like certain people keep their distance from me because of me offending so many people in the music industry. I'm not supposed to have any respect for anybody in the music industry that heard my story and chose to look in the opposite direction because they didn't want to speak out against Africa Bambata. But Lord Jamar was one of those dudes that actually put himself on the line.
Wow.
And he spoke the truth. Africa Bambata said in the beginning that he didn't know who Ron Savage or none of the victims was.
Yeah.
Which was weird to me that him and Ron Savage ended up on Lisa Evers at the same time.
Wow.
That was weird to me.
And then speaking of Lisa Evers, why would you be bombing on her? Like,
it's like I feel I'm half and half with Lisa Evers because it's like you got to look at the children in your community. She's outside 5 o'clock in the morning.
Because they're asking her to come to the thing. What does that, like some Illuminati thing? Like it's her fault that they're all getting bagged for what they did.
My whole thing is with Lisa Evers, right? People pick and choose.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, at one time, everybody hated Kamala Harris because she locked up so many black people. So now Lisa Evans get a pass to come in our community 5 o'clock in the morning and snatch our children out of the bed and help the police lock them away and throw away a key.
She's not doing anything but just showing what's going on.
Listen,
I don't think she's...
My whole thing is she's participating in our children getting life in jail. She's participating. And my whole thing is some of them deserve it, but Lisa Evans is in a position where she has the power to actually try to help to change these young people.
I think not only she, shows the bad side of what's going on in the streets. I'm sure she, the Fox 5 and the thing, they help out the community a lot.
Fox 5.
Like if there's problems in the Fox 5, they call them.
Fox 5 ain't never did nothing for the black community ever. None of those news channels. As a matter of fact, the only thing that has been representing in the art form or anything that's going on in the black community has been the content creators on YouTube. Outside of that, none of those news channels have ever did anything but paint a bad picture of black people in the black community.
Wow.
It paints the worst picture of us.
Wow. With
no solutions, and it overlooks the evil of the white community but highlights the evil of the black community every time.
Mm. Yo, that I don't know.
Look at the way they label us. When a white crime happens, they don't label it the same way. When white people do something, they're called mentally ill. When a black person does something, they call us a thug.
What about us Asians then? When we get something happens to us, they don't even put it on the newspaper.
We don't know nothing about your crime rate.
Nothing even.
Absolutely nothing. You would think that every Asian person on this earth in New York City or throughout America is angels. Then we don't hear no domestic violence. We don't hear no shootouts, no nothing.
Right.
We don't see y'all in the court going to court for child support, no nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a mystery.
Right. Yo, that's crazy that you mentioned that. Right. Yeah, I don't know. We don't even get looked upon. They're just like.
But we don't never hear no slogans, Asian on Asian crime. We never heard that. You don't even hear white on white crime. All you hear is black on black crime.
Wow. And you did mention yo, why is everybody feel like, I said, you're like the biggest thing on YouTube, but maybe you saying that you're not getting the recognition, right? Well, but I feel like you're making crazy moves, right? For instance, you and Whack 100. The first time cut me if I'm wrong, right? The first time you ever met Whack 100 was with Tekashi, correct?
Absolutely.
And you go into that, I didn't understand that move with you, bro. And with him or just the whole thing. I was like, yo, what is this? Why are you guys interviewing this? And the first time you meet Whack, you were 6'9". And academics, I couldn't understand. Why did you do that? Well, that was weird to me, bro.
See, the thing, 6'9's old girlfriend, I don't think he would anymore. She used to watch me, so I guess she put him onto me. And see, one thing 6'9 liked about me is that I was fair. And my whole thing is that,
I don't think you're fair sometimes.
6'9 ratted, but at the same time, it's like I said, if 6'9 was in the right people's hands, he would have never been involved in that street stuff. He was a little boy to these grown men. And a lot of people don't like when I say that, but in the hood, a lot of older dudes manipulate the younger dudes.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with why you meet up with Whack through that, though? Why the first time you ever met with Whack and academics was with 6'9"? That to me just, I think it fucked up your credibility. What is it? You don't think so? And even his shit, even Whack shit.
My whole thing is, I don't think it messed up my credibility because what I am, I don't represent street niggas. I can't stand them. I hate them. See, this is where niggas get me fucked up. And one thing
Haas, listen, let me make it clear.
Let me make it clear.
Because you be glorifying how you got shot and you didn't rap, bro.
Listen, understand something. My principles, and this is what you got to understand. My principles ain't everybody else's principles. If you look at dudes in the street, everybody considers themselves to be a real nigga, right? but everybody got a different definition of what it is to be a real nigga.
Right.
So now, a lot of the things that I used to be and how I used to move, I've outgrown those ways.
Yes.
So now some of the things that people look at and they glorify, that's like me. For example, you see niggas make fun of me talking about, oh, this nigga don't never come outside. Then when all my niggas came home from jail, niggas see me in parties and all types of shit like that. Oh, he's a hypocrite. No, that was a time and a point of my life where all my niggas started coming home and I started celebrating with them.
Okay.
Every once in a while, you might see me, oh, he don't come outside. You'll see me on the block. Outside on the block.
Yeah.
Chilling with my niggas. I don't make that an everyday thing. Why? Because I'm the type of nigga that I'm not going to make myself a sitting duck or an easy target. Right. I think niggas that stand out on the corner every day, you a sitting duck, my nigga. And if you got beef, and if the beef is really that thick and you got beef with a live nigga, I don't give a fuck how busy you think you get. There's always a nigga that'll pop your top. And I'm not the nigga that's going to make it easy. I'm standing in one place every day like I ain't got no life.
Right.
So when niggas be sitting up there saying, I'm outside. I'm like, you outside, nigga, because you ain't got no life.
Yeah.
Every time you see these niggas standing outside, you standing in front of the same corner. That's like the story that I just did with my little man Kite that just got murdered.
Yo, I saw that.
And let's keep it real, right? You look at the video, I'm not here not to offend niggas.
Right.
He's standing in front of the store looking like a bum.
Come on, man.
No, it ain't no come on.
What if he got set up? What if someone's like, yo,
listen, you're missing a part.
Yeah.
Whether he got set up or not, doesn't matter. The nigga had a wife at home. He's standing in front of the store looking like a loser. And I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat grown men doing bum shit. There comes a time and a point in your life when you 40 years old, you don't have no business standing on a street corner at 11:30 at nighttime. You don't even live in that community, in that hood.
So I could say the same thing for you. When you were screaming and then supposedly you said you got hit.
When you see me.
But it's like, what was that?
Okay, so now, when you see me outside.
Yes.
I had a mental breakdown and went back to where I got molested, yelling and screaming at the people there for not supporting me. Who else was I supposed to yell and scream at? I went back home where it all started at, not in my right frame of mind. But see, that's not going to never highlight, which I got to keep in mind is that one situation will never highlight my whole life.
Right.
So everybody, a nigga try to diss me and always go back to that, but that's in my past. I don't live there anymore. You see what I'm saying? For you to be a dude, like dudes dedicate their lives to the street corner instead of dedicating their lives to their wives. That man died on a corner like a dog when he had a woman at home that told him, don't go outside. She warned him, don't go outside. Yeah. He didn't listen to his wife's intuition. Now when you look at the tape, you see him aware, alert. The nigga standing next to him got their back in the doorway like they could tell what's on. Then you standing out there like a sitting duck with no gun. I'm mad at son.
Right.
I didn't want to see him die like that.
Right.
But for the next person, you're going to learn on my platform not to make the same mistake. You got to move like a ninja. I got hit one time. You think I'm going to get hit again? Mm. You think if a nigga walk through this door right now, I'm going to just get hit again? I'm not going to go out without a fight?
Right.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen like that. Anywhere I go, everywhere I go, that one situation taught me a lesson. Stay out of my feelings when you drink. Alcohol does not solve the problem. It makes it worse. I sat back and listened to how everybody was on the Cassie situation with Diddy, and it triggered the Africa Bambata situation. And I was drinking from night all the way to morning. And with that on my mind. So I went outside, not in my right frame of mind. If you look at the video with me, the first thing you should be sitting up there saying is, what is this nigga talking about? Most people that had love for me couldn't even watch the video. It was cringing.
Right.
And most people that know me know that that's not even me. Even my followers, they know I wasn't in my right frame of mind. That's why the first thing that happened, as soon as that happened, is that sissy ass nigga Gully TV set up there. Oh, it's over for this nigga. No, it's not over for me, my nigga. The reason why it's not gonna be over for me, because everybody can identify with pain. Pain is universal. Most of the people that's in this world that's watching is in pain. The black community is in pain. Why you think we got so many shooters? Niggas are not happy.
What do you think about the mayor? You heard what the mayor said?
What's that?
He said that, like, the other day, because, the rape happened.
Right.
In Flushing, in my neighborhood.
There's too many of them. Which one?
Right, at the park, where some Spanish kid pulled out a knife and tied up the 2 kids, right? And
I heard about that. That was disgusting. I think it was
Casino Park.
11-year-old or
13,
something like that. 13 and a 15-year-old, something like that.
Both of them were 13.
Yeah, it was a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mayor said, he said some quote. He said, hold on, the mayor said, we should drink like green smoothie or something like that. You didn't get that?
What the hell I got to do with the case?
I don't know, but that's what he said. He's like, yo,
I don't even know how to respond to that because I don't even know.
What do you think about it? What do you think he's like helping?
I think the man's a clown. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for. I think he's a clown. I can't stand the way that these politicians is becoming groupies for these rappers. I think the man's I think he's a groupie. He's not being professional. He's not being professional. I think he's a clown. The rappers could get in contact with him, but you got brothers like Danny Barbara, right? A dude that busts his ass for the black community, and the mayor told this man to lose his number. This brother's dead when people apartments is falling apart. They ain't got no heat.
Right. And not to cut you off, he said a reporter asked Mayor Adams about the budget, and he said, "Just do your breathing exercises and meditate and eat a green smoothie. We'll be all right."
Yeah, I bet. He basically just told you shut up and treated you like a child, knowing that at the end of the day, you got people that's illegally coming into this country that should be going to jail, actually taking up the money for the poor people and taking our tax money. We can't get reparations, but they could.
But you think it's his fault? I don't think it's his fault.
You ain't see, it is your fault. He invited them people there. He actually got up, he actually told our people to invite these evil ass people, because now it's safe to say that the majority of these people that came over, now we know that they was released from prisons and mental wards. And they're showing that. Most of these people that came over the border are turning out to be rapists and killers. And a few of them already done shot police. So now this sucker ass mayor that sat up there and asked the people of New York City to take this evil into our home, and never did he come back and get on camera and say, hey, I made a big mistake. Don't let these motherfuckers in their house. They may rape you. They may kill you. He's never said that.
And I respect my son for, I really do, for, he always said, from day one since he been home, boycott black murder. And he even brought the mayor to sit down with, Drink Champs. Shout out to Nori and them. I don't know if you've seen the interview.
I couldn't watch that bullshit.
What?
Like, first and foremost, for me.
And you be going at my son too, and I'm like, nah, that's wrong, bro.
That's because you don't understand where I be coming from.
Right.
Like, the reality of it is, my son is a professional ambulance chaser.
No, come on, bro.
And
he been standing on his...
Listen, to you, but to the black community, they're not feeling him no more. Why you think he took a step back? Why you think Tamika Mallory took a step back? Why you think Black Lives Matter is nowhere to be found anymore? Because they done ran off with $80 to $90 million.
But that wasn't him. He didn't...
Listen, he moved out of the hood without a job. The nigga don't work. We got to stop with the bullshit.
Are you counting his money or something?
I'm counting the people money. You had parents of the deceased that called him out and told him, Tamir Rice's mother told my son, stop using my child's name to get grants and benefits off of my son. Then my son replied, I've never mentioned your son's name ever. And then everybody goes back and plays this song with him talking about Tamir Rice. And interviews with him talking about Tamir Rice. Like dogs. Anytime you got the parents of the deceased calling you a con artist, you got a problem, my nigga. You have a problem. And the reality of it is, if you're going to use your voice and you gonna be the voice of the people? We on the brink of World War III right now. You don't hear them niggas saying nothing. You elected, y'all helped to elect a president. Y'all helped to put a president in office that destroyed this country.
Biden?
Yes, turned this country to shit.
So you will vote for Trump?
Of course, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Biden is a liar. The one thing I like about Trump, he don't give a fuck. He tell you, listen, I don't care if a nigga's racist.
Yeah, at least he tells you.
I respect a person that's going to speak the truth. On top of the fact that Biden is weak.
Yeah, but then you talk about all this Illuminati thing, right? He came to the Bronx and got Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. He
came to the Bronx and got Chef G and Sleepy Hollow because he know that the FBI and the deep state destroyed the black community so bad that's our new leaders now. These ignorant ass rappers. That's why when you look at the White House, you see Biden with who? Fat Joe. You see the mayor with who? Fat Joe. And my question is, when have in the history of being black and being coming from the struggle, have you seen a district attorney turn vice president start hanging out with an ex-drug dealer who still got drug kingpins around him?
No, he don't.
Listen,
he just said that he was lying.
Listen.
Fat Joe said that he was lying in 95% of his raps.
Listen.
It's entertainment.
One thing about me,
yes,
I'm not here for the lies and playing fucking mind games. Everybody in the streets know who's who and what's what. In the FBI, the FBI knows who's who and what's what. Before you even go around anybody that's in the White House, the Secret Service already investigated you. They know exactly who you are. So I'm not going to sit up here.
So he's clean.
Stop playing with me, my nigga. He's not clean. The niggas around him is not clean. The streets know this. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat that shit because the reality of it is, if black people going to move forward, we got to know that in the past, these politicians would have never sat down with a nigga like Fat Joe. They would have never sat down with these rappers. They would have never sat down with Chef G. Chef G right now is facing his life in jail for murders.
Allegedly.
Listen, he's facing, I didn't say he was guilty. I said he's facing life in jail for murders. When have you seen politicians start sitting down with the corrupt side of the black community instead of real leaders? There is people out there that's doing community work for the black community. Like I said again, Danny Barber. This is a dude that I know that's out there that's actually running neighborhoods and doing everything that he could for the community. You don't see the mayor sitting down with him. You see him sitting down with rappers.
They do got a lot of influence in the streets, though.
Don't nobody give a fuck about a nigga's influence in the street when you use your murder, your music for murder, death, kill, and to glorify the streets and selling drugs. Don't nobody care about that. Why would you put a rapper in a position of somebody that's political? You are in violation. Stick to rapping. Stick to performing on the stage.
But like I said, like there are ways to maybe get the kids to listen, right? Like, and you went hard on Mano too, bro. And like, and to me too, I don't rock with that because I felt like, yo, Mano, you talk about all this shit too. Like, yo, I went to prison or, murder. Mano went through all that, right? And you said, yeah, he has a song, for the streets or bring the streets back or something like that. And you went in on him, and I feel like, yo, it's like a form of, he's not,
it's like we said earlier in this interview, right?
Yeah.
We don't hear about your people going back and forth with each other and being corrupted, drugs sold. We don't know about your crime rate. But I know in my community,
because we're 1% of the whole U.S. We're like only 1% to like 5%.
All right, but still, this is what you got to understand, right?
You'll definitely understand.
In my community, right? Nobody stands up for the children that's being misled, whether it be through the TV shows or it be through the music. The reason why you don't see Rakim, Coogee Rap, and the pioneers of rap, because the music that they want them to put out,
They don't want that.
Would lead the children to the penitentiary. So these old school rappers abandon hip hop, and the only time you can see them is when they perform their old music, because the industry will not allow them to put out positive music that will lead our children into the glory days of hip hop. So what they do is they let a nigga like Jim Jones and Mano linger around so that they can say stupid shit.
Stop.
Now you can't cut me off. You gotta let my message get there. Don't nobody want to hear you be a groupie for them niggas and
it's
say
not
stop.
Groupie. No, listen, you said that Jim Jones could rap and he got better and better. Like, what do you like? And I agree with that.
Whether he could rap or not. Whether he could rap or not.
But like, why can't he build like a brand, which he did Van Life and rap? Like, I don't
whether
understand.
he could rap or not. There's a line that when you start leading children through your music to the penitentiary, Jim Jones was a billboard for gang activity for the last 20 years. Jim Jones's music, his red flag wearing, the same charges that Casanova 2 times. One of the charges that Casanova 2 times copped out to, he's convicted of, is being a billboard for gang culture. Now, nobody, that's what he's convicted of.
No, but I'm talking about Jim Jones.
Jim Jones, for over 20 years, was a billboard for gang culture. Jim Jones is responsible through his music and his gang culture for probably over 1 million little niggas going to jail over a 20-year period. He's influenced niggas and fucked their lives up. Jim Jones is on a wiretap ordering a hit.
No, he didn't.
Let's stop playing games, my nigga, because
he said beat him up. He said beat him up. Like,
he said,
and they didn't beat him up.
He said super violate him. It doesn't matter if he beat him up or not. Instead of him giving them niggas good advice, what he said was used in the court and he never got locked up. So we ain't gonna even get into why he never got locked up when he was part of 2 indictments. He was part of 2 indictments.
I don't know.
Then after that was on a high-speed chase down south in Atlanta.
With the guns?
Guns, drugs in the car, never did a day in jail.
Yeah, because someone probably ate the charge.
Listen, somebody's always eating the charge for a nigga that's in a position to be a king. See, one thing, the reason why I stay my ass out of trouble or I move by myself is because I don't want nobody's wife, mother, or anybody's family calling me or sitting up there with envy in their heart because I fucked up somebody's life. He was in a position to lead niggas out of the streets.
And he's doing that right now.
No, he did not. Mel Matrix is in jail. And the whole Treyway is in jail because when he had the power,
he cannot hold everybody's hands. That's their kid. That's their brand that they want to use. All right.
A leader is responsible for their set. And when you make all these excuses, real men are not going to look at you as a man when you justifying sucker shit. The leader of the camp, John Gotti, is responsible for everybody in the mob.
And everybody told on him, but he ate it.
Everybody told on him, and he deserved to be told on with his stupid ass. Because the reality of it is, it was his voice on those wiretaps that fucked over Sammy the Bull. Now, I'm not going to co-sign ratting, but the reality of it is, his mouth, he broke his own rules. And if he would have caught somebody else gossiping like a bitch the way he was, he would have had them murdered. Sammy the Bull should have murdered John Gotti. But he didn't find out about John Gotti being a gossiping, bitch-ass, two-faced nigga until he got to the feds. Then he started realizing that if he would have stayed on the streets a little bit longer, John Gotti would have had him whacked because he was getting too powerful. That's why I say pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. But you know what? See, me, some of us is going to care, some of us is not going to care. To the day I die, niggas can sit up there and say little stupid shit, oh, you said this, or you did that. Every day, I try to come with a message for my people. No, I'm not perfect. Absolutely not. But I'm not misleading nobody's child.
What do you think about Charleston White?
Charleston White is a plant. I personally,
yo,
he's a plant.
No,
he's an
not.
industry. He's an industry plant.
He kind of, I think you're hating because he took your style. He took your style and he's better at it. Let
me ask you a question. The reason why he's better at my style than I am because he has no integrity. The man came out here. So what you basically telling me that you cool with him sitting up there taking a picture with the killer of King Von and then sending a message to King Von's mother and sister that nana boo boo. I'm standing here with the nigga that killed your son and good for your son's death. Nigga, you got to be an ultimate sucker to stand by some shit like that. And then I don't even believe that you have the disloyal mouth. Your tongue is disloyal right now. That nigga sat up there and basically talked about putting his in Math Hoffa's kid's mouth, his daughter's mouth. And then you gonna bring this nigga up and big him up?
Oh, yeah.
How you think Math gonna feel about that?
I forgot about that.
You bigging up a nigga.
I'm not really bigging him up.
You just bigged up a nigga that sat up there and bragged about he's making a habit. He bragged about raping white women. It's the ugliest shit that you can do. The nigga lied to everybody and said he was trying to free children.
But did you see that too when you're angry
I've
too?
Never in my fucking life.
Kids
I've never in my life said I would rape anybody's kid. What I said was when a nigga laughed at me for being that was the first time that I had somebody do that. So I was teary-eyed because the nigga pretended to be my friend, which he apologized later on and told niggas to stop using that audio against him or rather against me because he forgave me for that because he knew what he did to me. So when niggas sit up there and I said, what if I stick my heavy dick and your daughter, a son, he knew that was a rebuttal because he was making fun of me being molested as a child. So now instead
but two wrongs don't make a right, though.
When somebody hurts you, hurt people, my nigga. And there's nothing worse than somebody sitting up there making fun of you being by a grown man and they're going to call it consensual. Right. That's anybody that you do that to, my nigga, y'all niggas be playing dumb. And that's why I can't stand some of you niggas that do an interview because if somebody played with your family like that, the first thing that anybody would say is, I'm going to kill this nigga. Right. So when it comes to me, I'm supposed to be the bigger nigga? The fuck out of here. Think about it. Right. Charleston White sat up there and talked about putting his in Math Hoffa's daughter's mouth, and you just big this nigga up. And you say I'm just saying his style because he took your shit. His style. I was Charleston White before Charleston White. Niggas sitting up there talking about, oh, look what he did at Burger King. I knew what I was doing. I was drunk as shit. And I knew YouTube was playing with my algorithm again back in the early days. And I said, watch me go viral. Right. 1,000 niggas made videos about me and what I did in Burger King. I'm coming down the steps making a video. The white lady told me to move out the fucking way. I violated her. That video went viral all over Instagram, all over everywhere. The Derek Williams nigga. See, the problem with that is niggas tried to make me look like I'm gay because I met up with one of my moderators on YouTube, but the part that they don't show. Oh, that moderator shit? The part that they don't show. Why they don't show the part where I went live and beat him up? Where's that part? Yeah, right. You stuck because you didn't see that part. Where is the part? Why they don't show the part? Because I pulled the Charleston White before Charleston White. Everything, I was the blueprint to Charleston White's whole life. The only reason why Charleston White is beating me, or with Charleston White, when you see Charleston White YouTube, he's never reached over 200,000 people, 200,000 followers on his YouTube. I am close to 500,000. Then y'all niggas forget when Charleston White came to YouTube, I'm the one that pushed him. He was on IG and Facebook. He was not big on YouTube. So now he'll go to big platforms like Say Cheese that got 1 million followers. So of course he's going to overshadow me when he's going to bigger platforms where he's being pushed more in the algorithm. And he just came out with like a police suit, police vest, and like these things, like I think. The nigga showed y'all that there is no line that he won't cross. Got it. And people are falling in love with that. There's lines that I'm not going to cross. Got it. The reason why you don't see me fucking with Charleston White no more is because Math Hoffa. Oh, okay. Me and Math don't speak every day, but that's my dog. Right. Shout out to Math Hoffa. I love That's my dog. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And you responsible for bridging the gap between me and Math. So now me and Math build a rapport. And I personally feel like I don't care what nobody say. I know when I went on Math Hoffa's platform, the first time, my audience merged with him. I was still bigger than Math then.
Right, you was.
The second time I went on Math platform, I was still bigger than Math.
Oh, you was.
The second time I went on Math platform, after that Tekashi shit, the internet went crazy. Then Fat Joe came to Math platform.
Right.
Right after that.
Yeah, he blew up.
And he blew up. He went through the roof.
Right.
I got text messages on my phone with Math saying thank you. Me and Math build a rapport. Math Hoffa checks on me to see how I'm doing. I'll check on Math. That's my nigga right there. So when Charleston White was my dude until he crossed that line.
Got it.
I made a video and I said in the video, I say, hey yo, Charleston White, I can't stand by him no more. Once he said what he said about Math Hoffa daughters, it was over. You see what I'm saying? I can't stand by this nigga no more. So then Charleston White started dissing me first. I ignored him for a while. Then after a while, I started going at him. Oh, you hating how? He started dissing me first. This is what the nigga do. Charleston White came through the door with my whole style. He listens to my lives, and then he takes bits and pieces of my lives and go to bigger platforms and use all of my shit. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that I'm lying though. Nothing that nigga say out of his mouth is original. Everything I am the blueprint to that nigga.
So how's your plant then? He just took your style and just ran with it.
Because you gotta understand something, right?
It can't be no.
Anytime he's a plant, man. Anytime you really listen to him, he worked in the courts. He done did court procedures where he actually ruled over cases like a judge.
He did?
Listen to him. Some of the shit that he said, you gotta listen to. You gotta really listen to the nigga. Then when you sit back and if you really analyze, right? If they kill you, they make you a martyr. So what they gonna do? Kill your career. You don't see what they doing? How they actually fucking with me in the algorithm?
You said Wack did that, no?
Listen,
you said Wack did that? You think he has the power to do that?
At the end of the day, I'm not going to just say that that's just Wack. It's bigger than Wack, but Wack is government too. You can't see that. You can't see that Wack is working with CIA, FBI. Let me ask you a question. What multi-millionaire that you know that's on Wack 100's level just come out of nowhere and decides that he wants to sit down with a Hassan Campbell? Why?
Right.
On top of the fact that...
And then you said, yeah.
On top of why wouldn't I say that? He was a dope interviewer. It was one of the dopest interviews that ever happened. It was one of it made history. But it backfired on me. And even still, when they sat down with me, first of all, them niggas had 1,000 gang members there. Second of all,
wow.
Then it came out on Clubhouse that he was supposed to, they were supposed to knock me out during the interview.
Right. You did.
Niggas just didn't realize that I had an army with me.
That's
Tekashi was deep, but I had niggas with me.
Right.
On top of the fact that, even though we was outnumbered, if it would have jumped off in there, it would have been bad. Nigga, it would have been bad.
Right.
It would have been really, really bad. Academic's career would have been over.
Wow. I don't know, man. Speaking of plans too, did you hear about that Will Smith? How like one of his best like ex-friends said that he went into a trailer and saw Will Smith with a dude.
I mean,
do you believe that?
Of course I do. The whole industry is gay. Let's stop playing dumb. Listen, don't act like you haven't been seeing the interviews that's been going on. The whole industry at this point has been exposed. The whole industry at this point has been exposed. You have to go, you got to go through the humiliation ritual in order to get through that industry. Cat Williams, right?
Yeah.
Sat up there and told everybody what the industry was about. Jaguar Wright, even though some of the shit she talk about, I know she's a liar. A lot of the shit that she says, she's a liar, but a lot of the shit that she say is the truth as well. And the reality of it is the whole industry, you have to participate in homosexuality or you're not going to. Kanye West exposed it. He exposed the blood sacrifices. He even told you that they sacrificed his mother. So now it's not a situation where Hassan Campbell is making up conspiracies. Now you got the celebrities that's sitting up there telling you that there's a door. You got Nori sitting up there telling you that there's 3 doors.
And he didn't go to that door, he said.
He said that he didn't, but do you believe him?
Huh.
Do you believe him? You can't get to a certain level in this business without going through those doors.
So but he fell off and then he came back with the podcast and he
it
blew
doesn't
up.
matter. He is being sponsored by the Illuminati. And then niggas will sit up there and say there is no Illuminati, but how could you say that when the president, ex-president Donald Trump, just did an interview? I forgot the guy's name that he just did that interview with. Mm-hmm. And he basically just told you there is. And he started calling out the deep state. He said there is a deep state. And they're very, very dangerous. This came from the president's mouth. I just did a whole live on that. Niggas is like, yo, this is one of the craziest lives you ever did. Because the whole live I let down. Matter of fact, though, he did it with Jake Paul.
Oh.
Watch that live. The truth is coming out in the last days about the industry. It is easier for the camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich person to get into paradise. Mm-hmm. Charleston White, stop stealing my shit. And if you're going to steal my shit, say it like me, you sucker.
Yo, but that is the truth, though.
You see what I'm saying, nigga? Nigga stay stealing my shit. Stealing all of my shit.
But that's the same that it's in the Bible.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's in the Bible.
He wasn't saying my shit, man. That's just like I was the first one that start telling the internet that if you can't provide for your kids, you shouldn't be having sex.
Right.
Them niggas stole that from me. A lot of niggas got mad at me because I was saying that. They think that you're supposed to have broke sex. No, that's why everybody sit up there talking about, what are you doing for the community? If you a fucking man, shouldn't nobody have to do nothing for your sons. I take care of my sons. What about you? And it's always a broke nigga that asks that dumbass question. How the fuck am I feed my family and feed yours too, my nigga? Then when I go broke and I can't feed my kids, what you gonna call me, a dumb motherfucker? Oh, you was stupid. I bet I was. Only the strong survive.
And then Ryan Garcia also said Michael Jordan did nothing for the community, for the black community. You agree with that?
Oh, you beat me to the punch because I was going to do that story today. Michael Jordan didn't do shit for black people. He doesn't even fuck with black people. Michael Jackson ain't do shit for black people. Absolutely nothing. Prince didn't do nothing. All they did was when they got in front of a camera, they told their grievances about how they higher ups, about how they bosses, they don't like him. Oh, Tommy Mottola is evil. Okay. Michael Jackson.
I thought he was speaking against the Illuminati right before.
Why? Because he had beef with them? None of these celebrities use their money to uplift black people. We was the rulers of the world. We was the first people on this earth. Let science tell it, right? So now everybody owns a piece of this world. China controls Africa. That's why when niggas be sitting up there talking about, oh, let's go back. Fuck Africa. I don't want to go there. Why the fuck would I want to go? This is my land, bitch nigga. This is my land. And Charleston White steals that from me as well. I was the first nigga on the internet sitting up there like you got Dr. Umar Johnson ass selling you Africa. But why you not in Africa if you love it so much, motherfucker? Same way I tell the Latino brothers, don't tell me nothing about your homeland of Puerto Rico when you ain't never visited that motherfucker. Don't tell me you love Puerto Rico when you don't want to visit it. If you repping your land, go back to it. Don't sit up there and act like you got African pride.
It takes money to go travel. Huh?
Umar Johnson got all types of donations.
I'm talking about, you said Puerto Ricans. It takes money.
I'm talking about anything. Nigga, if you got money for weed, you got money to get on JetBlue, bitch nigga.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And that's my thing right there. I'm not going to sell you Africa, nigga. This land right here, my ancestors was the Native Americans. This is what they're not going to tell you. That's why Malcolm X was murdered. Because he was going to the United Nations after he realized that the people on the penny, the copper penny, that's us.
Wow.
This was our land. We was already here.
Right.
There was cameras during the days of slavery. Why we don't have no pictures of slave ships? Why is there no pictures of slave ships? Because it's a fucking lie. You got to be the stupidest motherfucker on this earth to actually have somebody make you believe that they populated a whole country from slave ships. Who was the people that Christopher Columbus and his people sat down with? The colonizers. When they got here, who were the people that they gave smallpox? See, it's a lot of stuff that they don't tell you about in history, right? That's why I don't believe in history. That's why a lot of niggas that went to school, I study history. Fuck your history. I don't believe in it. Because when you sit back and you analyze and you go to those pyramids, you know what they show you in the pyramids?
What?
Technology. So now that you got technology, it shows you
technology. The technology can't even build that.
Listen, inside the pyramids, they show you atomic bombs.
What?
Yes, you got to do your homework. They show you jets. All the technology that we have right here goes back to the beginning of time. So now you got to ask yourself a question. Okay, if we got nuclear bombs and nuclear weapons here right now, jet fighters and shit like that, electricity has been here for how many years now? About 100?
A little bit more.
So you telling me that technology went that fast? No, because it was already here. And see, the thing about it is just like with black people, we're not slaves, we were captives. Through wars. Right now, we on the brink of World War III. When World War III jumps off and they start dropping those bombs, we're going to die. And what's going to happen to the children that's growing up? They're going to be captives. And history will be rewritten all over again with those same children. Oh my God. This is why most black people in America can't tell you who their great-great-grandfather is. Look at the things they did to us. The Tuskegee experiment, where they sat up there and gave us syphilis. Why did they do that to us? Why were we experimented on like that? Why it's like we have amnesia. Why we don't know who our ancestors was. If we came from a tribe in Africa, what tribe we came from? If you look at black people in America, we don't look like the motherfuckers. We don't. We are not the same. We are not the same. So now we're trying to figure out who we are. By the time we figure out who we are, it's going to be another nuclear war that's going to erase us all over again.
Wow.
So now when we go back to history, it's going to be history according to who?
According to them?
If we had to sit down and explain history right now, the way you're going to explain what happened with COVID-19 and the riots with George Floyd is going to be totally different from somebody else because everybody's seeing from their own perspective. So whose history are we going according to? Right now, let's think about it, right? In Hawaii, you have beams that came out of the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And burned whole towns to rubble.
But was it beams?
Beams. All of the people said the same thing. Beams.
The fire.
Now you got to ask yourself a question, right? We are living in the signs of the times where 20 years from now, or 30 years, 100 years from now, people will say, especially if we get knocked back to the Stone Age, that's fake. It could have never happened. If we get knocked back to the Stone Age right now, in the new Bible, it'll say that we had cell phones where we could FaceTime each other and talk to each other. So now check it, think about it.
Right.
So now in the new Bible that's written right now, the people 100 years from now that never seen these phones and say it's a lie. You believing in anything. The technology that we have surpasses the Bible, but people don't believe in God. The technology that we have right now, why is there no history of where this technology came from? Steve Jobs created the Apple phone 20 years ago, but it was so advanced he couldn't put it out. But the funny part about it is now you look at certain movies like Demolition Man, and you see cryogenics where they unfroze Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. They unfroze him. In today's time, they have this technology, but it's too soon to bring it out. So now they're telling you that they'll have it in a few years.
Yeah, but it's...
No, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
When you used to watch Star Trek, we'll boldly go where no man has ever gone before. Beam me up, Scotty. Is this not what he had? In that shit, did he not talk to his watch? In those days and time, if you would have told us, and this is 30 years ago, that we would have this technology right now, you would be called a liar. Do you know that you got niggas coming home from jail that was in jail for 30 years that are looking at these devices like, what the hell is this? They don't even believe that they're on the same planet. Now you got niggas looking at Hassan Campbell on YouTube, on TV, and we talking to each other the same way Dr. Spot used to, that he used to talk to the rest of the enterprise. When we saw that in them days, we said impossible.
Right.
Now we are listening to conversations and technology where you got Elon Musk talking about taking your consciousness and downloading it in the metaverse. They could take your consciousness and put it on the internet? If that was written in the Bible, niggas would have threw the Bible in the garbage. Because they say that they would have said that this is impossible just 25, 30 years ago. This is something that's impossible. Back in the days, they talked about the mark of the beast. Now we got people having their animals chipped so they can find their animals. You got parties in certain countries where the whole country done chipped themselves already. People are shopping now with the mark of the beast. There was a time that people looked at that Bible and read that and said, this is garbage. So now man is actually moving with the power of God. The floods of Noah. What are we looking at? What are we talking about when you looking over there and where the Arabs is at in Dubai, where they're admitting that they're seeding the clouds to make it rain.
Right.
And now you got biblical proportions of storms happening. The Holy Quran spoke about this stuff. You have parts of the desert right now that turned green. How do you explain that? The Euphrates River is drying up. That was predicted. So you have people that don't believe in these books, the Bible or Quran. Let's just say that God didn't write it, right? Somebody did that knew it was going to happen in these times. And everything that's happening is happening accurately. The stories are there for a reason. They're there for a reason. Man is using machine science to do miracles right now. Project Bluebeam. They can put holograms in the air and make you see Jesus. Have you ever looked at what that thing can do? Then you sit back and you analyze HARP, where they're opening up portals. CERN. HARP is what they use to control the weather.
Right.
You go back to looking at G.I. Joe, American Hero, one of the favorite cartoons back in the days. Destro and them was what they was doing. They was controlling the weather in G.I. Joe. Everything that they have right now, they put in movies or cartoons before it came to us. And now we're seeing it. We watched Terminator. And now Elon Musk is sitting up there telling you that the future of America will not have no jobs because these cyborgs is going to do our job better than us.
Yeah, they cut off a lot of people in Google and a lot of shit, yeah. That is.
Where this world is going is ugly. When you sit back and you go back to Demolition Man and you heard Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone cursing, they got fined. When you go back to China right now, this is what's happening in China.
They don't even let you play hip-hop in China.
Why would they?
Why?
It done turned to poison.
Oh, come on.
And then what you got to understand is, you're going to sit up there and tell me, like, right? Because when you replay this video, when you look at yourself, niggas in the comment section gonna call you stupid. You know why?
They could call me whatever they want.
So you gonna tell? So you gonna
but
tell?
I just love this hip hop shit.
You think you love it more than me? So what part you love the most? How them young boys went in the studio, wrote a rap about how they killed somebody, and then that little nigga went outside 2 days later and he got murdered. Then somebody else wrote a rap about him getting murdered, and they smoking on Tuka. I was talking about Tuka before Charleston White. So what did he do? He reached out to all the parents to get popularity. Then after he reached out to all the parents to get popularity, he bragged about the parents. He could have fucked them. I ain't want to fuck them bitches. He disrespected them and thought it was cool. But back to the topic. This is where we at. If you pay attention to Demolition Man, the commercial came on for Oscar Mayer Wiener, and she explained to him. She said music was outlawed and banned. This is why it's going to be banned. First of all, right in front of our faces right now, you can't see how they fading music out. You can't see how they got rid of the CD so that you could digitally download the music. So now the sales is out the window. Nobody's paying for music. All of the sales are fake. When the last time you bought a motherfucking song? You. Who's paid for music?
I paid for my CDs. I collected all the CDs.
So now.
But I stopped because, I stopped.
You collected CDs?
Yes.
Because there don't nothing have a CD player no fucking more. When the last time you been in the car with a CD player?
You're right. Yeah.
That's some outdated shit.
But like I said, I'm just a fan, huh? It's like I love to read the credits.
I still got my CDs.
I used to collect them, like the MOPs, the Mobb Deeps, the Nori, CNNs, and
MOP, my favorite group. Stop playing.
Right, I got tatted like the logo. Like this is like, you know what I'm saying? And you like you said, like what does MOP always talk about? Killing, murder, but I don't. 100% yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I just, when I want to go work out, for instance.
So you know why I can still listen to MOP?
Why?
Because them niggas are still broke and poor, and they still struggling, and they still going through what poor people go through. I don't want to hear a 50-year-old man that's rich, that lives in a mansion, bragging about the projects. I don't want to hear a 50-year-old man sell me the hood. Nigga, you don't live in the hood. When you come back to the hood, you got security around. I don't like fake shit. When you sit back and you analyze Jim Jones, right? Let's really, really, really go down the line with this dude.
Why?
Let's really, really go down the line with the dude. Jim Jones got robbed 1,000 times.
Yo, stop.
He got robbed 1,000. Stop what? With the truth? Oh, okay. So you want me to tell a lie? Jim Jones is. No, I'm gonna lie for you.
No.
You want me to lie?
No, I want you to tell the truth. What happened?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We already seen True Life robbing for his chain and posted up all over the internet. We already see the videos with him in Boston, Massachusetts, outside of the club, and them Latin Kings beat the brakes off of his whole crew, and he didn't throw not one punch. Not one punch. He didn't even fight back. We already seen him in the Polo Grounds get whipped out by Bad Boy, Little C's and them. We seen all of this. We watched all this. We already know Man DC beat the brakes off this nigga. That's why he's working out the way he's working out. Because every time you turn around, all right, so you want me to lie?
No. I'm like, yo, you don't think people could take a loss?
Well, listen, let me tell you something. Nobody take that many losses. Nobody takes that many losses. Absolutely not. Then you got to sit back and analyze, how did Mano and Jim Jones start rocking with each other? Mano was bullying him. They ran into each other at the mall. Jim Jones had 150 niggas with him. Mano had 2 or 3 niggas with him. Mano was going up one way. Jim Jones was going the opposite way. Jim Jones looked, seen Mano. Mano said, I looked at Jim Jones and all I seen was a line of niggas. Jim Jones came back up the escalator, stepped to Mano right then and there. After that, they the best friends. He bullied his way into Jim Jones' life. Mano didn't have no respect for him. But the thing about it is, Jim Jones was hot from bowling, so he had all the street niggas around him. And some of those street niggas that he had around him was killers. So even though Jim Jones wasn't that nigga, he had those niggas around him. And he got the one up on Mano. And ever since then, Mano's been his best friend. And the only thing that had made Mano relevant in music to this day right now is him doing shows with Jim Jones, because you have never, ever, 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 which one of you niggas ever heard somebody bumping Mano's music in their car?
You bugging. I did. I listened to his mixtapes when he first came home. That shit was hard. That shit was fire.
I mean, listen. His number one hit is "Hi Hater." Yo, you see me, hi hater.
That was. You tell me that wasn't hot at the time when it came out.
Listen, that's a song that a female should have made.
Yo, damn.
I've never heard not one thug nigga say, "Yo, that's the hottest song ever."
Right.
That was some shit that they played on the radio. You ain't never heard nothing else playing on the radio?
Yeah, but it's what he says is too, like, it's not radio. It's not for radio anyway.
Let me tell you something. Everything else is playing on radio, but it's not.
Yo,
come on, man.
Yo, Haas, come on, man.
If you hot, you hot. You not, you not. Mano had to go get on the radio because his podcast that he was doing by himself, it flopped. That's how I know I'm that nigga. This nigga been in the industry for 20 years, and a nobody nigga like me coming on this internet and shook the whole internet, and y'all watched me for like 3 years straight get 100,000 views on every video I dropped in less than 10 hours. And then I sat down with Tekashi and them niggas, and after that, everything went haywire.
Because I feel like you fucked up, man. Fuck, like, why the fuck did you sit down with them, bro?
First
and
of
then
all,
you recorded it. Why did you do that too? Like,
why y'all don't ask Whack 100 why he got so many recorders of other people?
Right.
I beat him at his game. Niggas don't like it.
Right.
Why the fuck would I play by rules when he don't play by rules? He taught me to be shiesty, so I got shiesty on him because I seen him a mile away. And now niggas expect me to be the honorable nigga. If I wouldn't have been the honorable nigga and recorded him, he would have made me look like a lame all over the internet. Mm-mm. His mission was to destroy me. That's what he tried to do until I put that audio out. Then he had to regroup because it made him look like the biggest piece of shit because on that audio, he talked about everybody in the industry.
Right.
And the only way that he could recoup from that is by being me. And doing what? Saying, fuck it, I'm standing on it. Fuck all y'all. Now it's like, oh, shit, he had to stand on it. I left him with no choice.
Wow.
If I didn't do that to him, he would have been the biggest two-faced piece of shit there was.
Wow.
Nobody asking him.
Do you think he is still? Isn't he?
He's still talking about new tapes that he got. Now he got tapes with Suge Knight talking about Tupac getting raped in jail. Why is he always trying to disrespect the dead rappers that we love? Because he wants to be that nigga. He's a jealous plant. And one thing after Kanye West made it clear, and he said out of his mouth, he said, yo, such and such is a plant. This one is, he said, like, he even said Kai Cenat,
Kai Cenat.
He said he's a plant.
Kanye said that. Yeah.
Kanye said that.
Yeah.
He told you Cardi B was a plant.
Yeah, I heard.
And now when you sit back and you understand where the music industry is going, you can't be successful in the music industry without them opening up the door. The radio stations killed the music. Now it's to the point, who the fuck listen to Hot 97 anymore? Who? Ain't nobody listening to the radio stations and they corny ass commercials no more. The game is over with. Music is being deliberately destroyed. You could see, like back to Demolition Man, where in the near future, when the world governments after this World War III come together and they create this one world ruler, and everybody's up under the United Nations, the music is going to be banned. China is going to be at the forefront.
Wow.
Of leadership of this world.
Wow.
If niggas don't understand how powerful China is, okay, you're gonna find out. Can't no country win a war man to man with China. They have over 1 billion people there. Their army is bigger than America's population. Their children is in school.
We got the nukes though. Do they have? I don't.
You gotta understand something, right?
Do they have the nukes?
You can use but so much nukes before you even kill yourself off.
Huh.
After you run out of nukes, it's still more people in China than it is in America.
Wow.
Do you really want to crack the earth open again? Nobody can tell you what happened in the Grand Canyon. And it's illegal to go to certain places in the Grand Canyon. They won't let you see what's in there.
Huh.
What is it that they don't want you to see? That's the question people should be asking. If it's just a hole in the earth, why are we forbidden for going to certain spots and certain caves in that hole in the earth? What is it that you don't want us to see?
And you was talking about religion. What's your real take like on religion? Like, cause like I said, I don't consider myself a Christian. I believe in Jesus, and he, you know what I mean? Like, but like, it doesn't like the Quran like correlate with like Jesus too. And they said that Jesus
being
was
a prophet, a messenger. Mm. Jesus was sent to teach us repentance.
Wow.
Moses was sent to teach us the law. The prophet Muhammad was sent to give the message to the world of a warning of the day of judgment. Mm. Everything in our body and everything in our soul tell us that God is real. When you get sick, or you on your deathbed, or you come close to something that could have killed you, the first thing you think of is God.
Huh.
You think shit is a joke? Get shot. Get into a bad car accident where you coughing up blood. I guarantee you the first thing you gonna think about is God.
What if it's a person who's an atheist who don't believe in none of that?
Them niggas be full of shit. On their deathbed, they be looking for God. There's something inside you that lets you know God is real. See, a lot of people that don't want to believe in God, they try to switch God out with the universe. God created the universe. Well, I just believe in different shit. No, what it is that if you actually carried out believing in God, you'll know that there's rules put here for a reason that we're not supposed to break. You're breaking the covenant. There's laws of the universe. There's laws of nature that even the animals don't break, but man does. So in order for us to justify the foul shit we do, we say we don't believe in God, so I don't have to follow that. But deep in your heart, you know what you're doing is wrong. And you continuously do it. You can feel when it's wrong. I mean, let's sit back and analyze, right? You think it ain't gonna be a judgment day. You stick your dick in the wrong pussy. What do you get? Chlamydia, herpes, syphilis, AIDS. That's judgment. You put the wrong food in your mouth. What do you get? Cancer. That's judgment. When you sit up there and you eat some goddamn pizza, next thing you know, you burn it, you hit in your chest, you need some Tums to Tums. You got heartburn. That's judgment. Life is teaching you right there that you're going to be judged. Oh, I don't believe in the hellfire. They just started talking about it a few years ago. You wouldn't know when the fuck the hellfire was invented. But what you do know is that to every action, there's a reaction right here on this earth. So you think that you're going to do and live whatever way you live, and when you get to the afterlife, your body dies, not your soul, my nigga. You ever seen the plants in the spring? And you look, like when you look at my yard, you see all the beautiful flowers?
Yes.
It's so amazing when those flowers die in the wintertime. And then you see them come back, reincarnated the same exact way.
Wow.
The same exact way.
All right.
It's amazing. Reincarnation is very, very real. When you came out of your mother's stomach, where did you come from? How was you formed? You was in a different dimension right in her belly. What was you dreaming about? What was you seeing? What was you experiencing? We don't know. We know we here. And when our energy is released from this body, where do we go? So in all actuality, just like with the Prophet Muhammad, just like Jesus, just like Moses, I come to bring a warning. And see, for me, what people don't understand, I couldn't come out in the beginning, in my beginning time, and just come on some spiritual or some religious stuff because don't nobody want to hear the shit.
So that's why you wear the chains and this to make them what? Is that
and
what?
This is the thing that I need niggas to understand.
What?
Talking about my jewelry, motherfucker, I put this stupid shit on for you stupid niggas to watch it. Because first it was the hats. Oh, he's spending money on the hats. Whatever it takes to wake people up, because just like my little man Kite that just got murdered, you know what's so deep about that story? What they don't tell you? 2 people died, right?
And that
2 people died.
Shit.
Now let me hit you in the head with something, right? Kite died. He died standing on that corner. What was he doing on that corner? Was he doing something that offended God? I don't know that. But looking at Kite and knowing Kite, he wasn't doing God's work. He was on the devil's playground. And the Grand Reaper, the angel of death, snatched his soul 9 times out of 10 when he was doing something he had no business doing. On the flip side, you got the dude, the Spanish guy that died. You know what he was out there doing? He was giving away food from the restaurant that they had left over for the day, feeding the homeless.
Wow.
So this man that caught a bullet in his head
was doing the right thing.
When he's resurrected on the day of judgment in front of a lost Punawata, this man has been recorded doing a good deed. When he is risen back up on Judgment Day and he has to answer to God, that man died feeding the homeless. The other nigga died? Well, let's just put it this way. When you claim gang gang and you a gang banger, you can't sit up there screaming, oh, he was a this, he was a gang banger. You reap what you sow. He died the way that he lived. He died the way that he lived. He died the way that he was supposed to. A bullet to the face, a bullet to the stomach is the way you're supposed to die when you a gangbanger. If you gonna play in the streets, you gotta play for keeps. That's why I tell you niggas it's safe to say it ain't safe outside. Take your punk ass in the house. If you got a woman inside the house with some tits and ass, why you on the block with niggas grabbing they crotch? Why do black men, soon as they get money, go to the store, put on their best outfit to stand outside in front of another nigga all day? When you got a bitch at home. You got a woman at home that cook. She fuck and she suck, but you want to be outside with your niggas? Help me to make sense out of that. So when niggas sit up there talking about, oh, you don't be coming outside, why the fuck would I want to leave my beautiful house to go out ugly outside? And I'm standing on the same corner that niggas is pissing on. Watch my back real quick. Nigga pissing right where you standing at. Right in the front of the store. I want to stand outside and pee-pee? Who does that? When you get a certain level in life, I want to get on a plane. Where that plane going? Where that bus going? God made this earth spacious. There's places that I want to see. That's why when I was going on vacation, I'm in Hawaii. I'm looking at all the beautiful, like it's beautiful out there. Me going on vacation is the reason why my yard looked like that.
Right.
COVID-19 happened. I said, you know what? If I got to be in my yard like this, I'm gonna make home feel like there's Paradise. No place like home. That's why I don't understand these niggas that's richer than me trying to sell the projects. Like, nigga, the first thing I do when I go to, I have to stop myself. When I go back to Bronx River,
yeah,
the first thing I do is think about pissing in the elevator.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We pee in the elevator. On camera. Pissy hallways. You ever walk down the project steps?
Yeah.
What does it smell like?
Piss.
Piss. It stinks. That's why most people in the project, like if you go in somebody's house in the projects and they don't tell you to take your shoes off, you can tell they nasty. Soon as you get out of the elevator, you have urination on your sneakers. So you tell me again, why would a nigga want to call himself a lobby boy? That shit is disgusting. It's nasty. How the fuck how you glorify that?
But then I feel like you just like have the magnifying on them. There's other,
I have a magnifying on the niggas that's influencing the people that most, and you leading them in the wrong direction. If you look at somebody like Bobby Smurda, right? You know what I love about Bobby Smurda?
He stopped fucking with everybody because he's not on that time.
Nigga told you that I'm not dropping no more music because I'm not painting my nails.
Right, and that too. That's a fact.
And you know what I love about Bobby Smurda? Every time you see that little nigga, he dancing. I mean, he dance kind of weird, but he's having a good time. You can't say not one time. Now, Rowdy, or whatever the case may be, he's still showing you that he's still a little thugged out. But I understand that because of where he come from. The nigga thugged out. I understand that. But these dudes are younger. At 50 years old,
got it.
You're a granddaddy, my nigga. Who wants to be tough at 50? The reason why I tell niggas I get busy because I get death threats every day. Nobody gets more death threats than me. Niggas put my address in the comment section.
So they might have haters too. So they gotta always be cautious too.
Listen,
like
my whole thing
the same
is,
thing with
there's
that.
a difference between telling niggas in your music to go outside and rob the connect. Why would you say some dumb shit like that knowing that some of the connects that I know will kill your whole family? Every nigga that sell drugs ain't pussy. Why would you tell a nigga like that? You play with a nigga money and a nigga will kill you in front of the police. The one thing you don't want to do is play with a nigga money. Why would you tell a youth that? You bring it back to streets? Whichever of the streets are we bringing back? Alpo, Rich Porter, little brother finger inside the McDonald's container, we bringing that back? We gonna bring back Preacher? Whichever we bringing back, Nicky Barnes, Fat Cat, whichever we bringing back. None of those eras was good. Why would you want to bring the streets back?
But yeah.
There's mothers that's calling home from work and their child is playing.
And when he says bring the streets back, he disses the
internet. Why would you diss something that's keeping our children out of trouble? Why would you diss something? Our babies are playing video games and the other ones are playing with guns. So now you making music and you throwing shade at the little niggas that's playing video games, and you bigging up the little niggas that's playing with guns, knowing that them little niggas is gonna end up in the same cell that me and Mano was on in Rikers Island. You know that the stove is hot. You know that there's only two answers to the streets. It's death or jail. So why are you sending that message to young people? Fuck that.
He wasn't maybe sending it to the young people. He was sending it to
you really like playing stupid.
Nah, I'm not playing stupid, Haas. I'm just saying, I just feel like you just magnifying, bring the streets back. He might say, he might mean, yo, bring the integrity back, right? Like not being a liar, not being like.
No, don't fill in the blank for the nigga. That's not what he was talking about. Right after he said bring the streets back, he also told you to rob the connect in the same verse. Let's stop playing. He made it clear. There's no integrity in that. If the connect is hitting you with good work, why would you run off with the work? If the connect is taking care of you and doing business with you, why would you rob the connect? Because you're a piece of shit. Where is the integrity in that? Thank you. There's no integrity in robbing the connect. The connect had to put his trust in you by sitting down with you and giving you work. And you showed them that you disloyal and set them up. You're the piece of shit. Let's just be real.
But some connects be liars too. Some of them is trying to get like on some like, yeah, like I'm really trying to be on your good side, and like some connects are pieces of shit too, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know what? See, the thing is though, it's all about the message. I expect the drug dealer to do what drug dealers do.
Yeah.
But when you a rapper, why rap about shit that you're not living? Mano have businesses. The last thing, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah, talk to him.
Just me being real, right?
Yeah.
I got niggas that I want to kill. Just being real. I'm not going to sit up there and act like there's niggas that I want to kill.
Wow.
And see, the thing about it is that there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
I want revenge for certain things that them played out. There's certain niggas that, like, if I see, it's going to be hard for me not to just do them dirty. And the last thing that any street nigga wants is to go to jail, especially for the rest of his life. But all of your lyrics is dedicated to going to jail for the rest of your life. Shit. Knowing damn well that you're not living like that no more. You selling beautiful lies.
And not to kind of jump off topic, but, I wanted to talk about a little bit, on the dirty side of YouTube. Shout out to 050. They were hating on me, and Harlem Legend, they were hating on me, and you went to their platform. They were hating on me because me and you had a lot. Me, you, and I remember this. Me, you, and Gotti, Bullets Gotti. And this was when I was in VA for a little bit. And now it's like different. And it's been like two years, right?
I never knew that they made any videos about you.
Yeah, they did. They're like, yo, because I was like, yeah, they did. But it's all good.
What was they saying about you though? What happened?
It's like, yo, you on Hassan's meat pause? Like, yo, what? The biggest person on YouTube? Fuck out of here. Da 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 da. No, but it's all good. But like, you, and I was surprised because they were flaming you about when Adam 22. Right, they were flaming you about the clothes, and then
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Even though China Brim just admitted on his platform, he called me on the phone because I wasn't gonna go back on China Brim's platform until he called me from a number. I don't even know how he got my number.
Oh shit.
And he basically told me, he was like, listen, these niggas over here, they basically mass flagging you at the same time. They trying to get our platform to mass flag you and our following too. So this is another thing that's messing me up in the algorithm. Wow. When you going live or you putting videos up and you got 400 or 500 people flagging you at the same time, wow. That does something to you as well on YouTube.
Right.
But, so I said, okay, now I got to make allies in this shit because I don't need everybody. Sooner or later, that I'll lose my monetization again.
Wow.
I finished doing a live. I ain't cursed not one time.
Oh.
My video went to gold.
Oh, yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you put it in the pill for them to review it, they confirm it. Nah, this goes against our community guidelines.
All my fucking videos is yellow right now.
Do you appeal them?
Yeah. And it's confirmed. Like in the past 4 or 5 videos, it's been all yellow.
Do you have anything in the green?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, now I'm going to tell you something.
But I was like, I just didn't get why. You
got to be careful with that. Because first and foremost, you got to understand something. The lane that you coming in, now you're competing with the best of the best. And you getting good quality videos. You got to keep in mind that at some point in time, YouTube tried to take away our checks. And a lot of the white YouTubers flipped over that like, nah, you're not doing that. We earned this. Some of us YouTubers are bigger than your A-list celebrities.
Right.
So now we have the power of being, we are real influencers. And some of these YouTubers are making more money than these rappers. That's why I don't understand why they like, yo, come back to the streets. Wow, we making more money on the internet than y'all niggas making in the streets. Y'all bums.
Damn.
So when I sat down with 050, it was like, okay, let me throw in a towel on this shit because the reality of it is niggas is mass flagging me.
And what's up with Bullet Scotty, yo? Like I said, it was a good relationship like at that time. And then I think he had a conversation with Wack.
It's self-explanatory.
And I fuck with Bullets, but that shit and then I feel like, yo, Haas really
how could you? A snake is a snake is a snake.
Right. And Haas put you on, bro. Not put you on,
nobody would know who the nigga was if it wasn't for me.
Nah, he was talking the shit, but then Haas put you on a different level, and then I just felt like, yo, you just backstabbed him on some bullshit over Wack, though.
Do you see anybody talking about him now?
No.
Absolutely not. And if they do sit down with him like Panda Chops, who are they asking him about? Me. The whole interview is about me.
Wow.
So what's the point of putting a nigga on your platform?
Wow.
Nigga been on YouTube for all these years, he still don't even have a YouTube plaque. That's why when niggas talk about being the best of the best, niggas don't even have a YouTube plaque. Let's have this conversation again. When you want to, if you don't even have 100,000 subscribers, don't even put yourself in a league with me.
Right.
I don't care if you're getting better numbers than me right now because YouTubers y'all buying views. When you see a nigga, I don't care who it is, he's live and he only got 500 people in that live. And then when that live is over, the nigga got 200,000 views 5 hours later with no comments. You're paying for views. You put bots on your channels.
Right. Facts.
When YouTube catch you, your ass is done. It is what it is.
Wow. And what you got going on? What you got going on, man, for this year, bro?
I mean, just continuously putting the message out, doing me. I'm going to continue to be me. Every day is a new topic. Every day is something going on in the world, whether it's something going on in the community or something going on with the puppets, the celebrities.
And then you said celebrity. I got it. What's your real take on Puff? Before, the good part, the positive part. What's your take on Puff? Real take.
Well, my take on Puff is:
would you forgive him, or do you forgive him? Is he the worst of the worst? He's the
devil. Let me ask you a question, right? You come in here, the studio.
Yes, sir.
And you want to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
And I pull my dick out and put it on the table.
The fuck?
And tell you, if you want to be what you want to be on top, you got to suck my dick.
Yo, bro.
Come on, man. How you gonna ask a question? That's what he's doing to people.
What the fuck?
That's what he's done. You hear Cat Williams sit up there saying, yo, you got to tell Diddy no. That's why when Mano sat up there and tried to, you niggas don't know what you talking about. I've been to a Puff party. Nigga, we all watch Puff basically tell Fab that he want to fuck him. Now I want to party with you.
Oh, my God.
How you cover up for a nigga like that? When you look at the paperwork with all these different people calling him out, Like, this dude was a booty bandit. How would you feel if you chasing your career and you got a nigga like that walking around butt naked, farting around you with his dick hard, trying to entice you? Come on, this is Diddy. Take that.
Yo,
sad part about it is we laughing, but it's real shit. This is what he was doing. Take that.
Yo, stop. Why are you saying the ad-libs though? Yo. Oh my God, bro.
How cool he said, no Diddy.
Yo. Yeah, Puff is in a bad...
Come on, man. Ain't no like, listen, man. That shit he did with Cassie, all right, he got hand problems.
Right.
But the reality of it is...
Okay, but...
He took that young girl...
yeah.
And he hired niggas with the biggest dicks in the world.
Yo, what the fuck?
To come fuck that little girl. It's evil. And drugged her up so that she could be numb, where she could fit some shit in her that's stretching her little walls. That's evil.
Damn.
He's destroyed people's dreams.
Wow.
If they didn't do what he wanted them to do.
Wow.
Took our young kids, making the band, made them walk for fucking cheesecake.
It was good for TV for that. That was walking, what the fuck?
Anybody that would do children like that deserve to die.
Yo, they weren't children.
They
were like 13. They were like kids. Fucking 18.
They're children. They're still children. You 18, you a child to me.
Okay. Yo, walk to the city. I see the
He
view.
Violated them. You don't treat nobody like that. When you do people dirt, look what's going on with him right now. You reap what you sow. How would he feel if somebody did that to his kids? He would kill them. Because one thing niggas don't realize about Diddy, he's a gangster. Niggas thought that he was soft. They thought that he was soft. But his money made him a kingpin.
Right. I don't think he's a gangster. That mindset.
Man, some of the shit that nigga was doing, he was going toe-to-toe with Suge.
Right.
Bodies dropped on both sides.
Yeah.
Puff got to the point to where that his money brought him killers.
Yeah.
So he knew the power that he had. Come on, you don't hear stories about him slapping Drake.
Right.
He knew Jay Prince was behind Drake. Did he care? No. Nigga started playing on a different level. What are we talking about? It was his money that got Tupac murdered.
Nah, I thought it was the henchman thing. Henchman.
It was that Jimmy Henchman didn't have nothing to do with his death. Jimmy Henchman had something to do with him being shot.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's two different situations.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Come on, man. If you listen to these dudes talk about the $1 million check that he gave up to Vaughn Zip.
Yeah.
You sit back and you listen, they talk about he also was behind Biggie's death. Ugly.
Super ugly. So you don't think anybody in rap could like kind of bring back the positive?
It can definitely be done, but the problem is that the algorithm is not going to push that. And then people, when you see that the majority is not rocking with that, now you want to give the people what they want. But see, me, I say stay consistent, man. Stay consistent with your craft because there's something out there for everybody. Create your own circle. But the reality of it is that when you sit back and you analyze Summer Jam, Method Man, saying that he's never, ever, ever performing there again.
Ever.
You know why? Because it's like listening to the hip, the hop, the hibby, the hip hop, the don't stop. Nigga, you don't want to hear that shit right now.
Yeah.
So then when you sit up there and you watching Method Man and Red Man, them niggas look outdated, old, and stupid to them young kids.
Oh,
for me,
my God.
Me standing there watching Red and Meth,
right? That's
I'm gonna lose my noodles,
right?
But the kids is like, what the fuck is this?
And like you said, but that was like kind of his fault, like not knowing.
Listen, the problem
the age bracket.
No, it's not his fault. What it is that
what?
There's not enough of doing shows where it's a mixture of the old and new together. Because if you're going to do a summer jam, you should have like a half and half crowd where you got some of the veterans that's there.
Right.
Because I can tell you right now, if you got Redman on the stage, the next one you should have had on the stage performing is Tretch, Naughty by Nature. The next one you should have had is Queen Latifah. It's a whole look and a feel that comes along with those songs being played. You got Redman up there. You should have Here Is Something You Can't Understand. How I Could Just Kill a Man. You got to learn how to put the songs together that would have rocked the crowd. But at the same time, I wouldn't have did that stupid ass dance though.
Yo, Haas, man. that thing right.
Shout out to Method Redman. I love them niggas together.
Right.
I thought that was they made history and that was iconic for them to get together. I love seeing them niggas perform together.
Facts. And like I said, speaking the lighter side, I appreciate you always for coming and like just speaking your piece, bro, and speaking your mind. And like I said, always fucking shaking up the internet and just like, you know what I'm saying, real shit. And yeah, like you said, you got to stay consistent, persistent, even when they try to take you down with the YouTube, right? And like I said, this is like, it's a small gesture. Like I said, like I appreciate you for, you know what I mean? Like I said, always speaking your mind. Your perspective is one of the illest in YouTube, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. And you got to understand, son, one hand washed up, I might need you later on. They might erase all my platforms. I might need you to shout me out and say, yo, Hassan over here.
Right.
Because I got a mob that's going to follow me. I got a cult following.
Hell yeah.
And they're trying to separate me from my following.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? It's like I would be unique. I'm the most unique nigga on the internet until Charleston White came with my whole style. One thing niggas got to give me credit for is that when I came to the internet, I'm the only nigga that ever disrespected every gang. I spoke out against every single gang. Nobody has ever done that in the history of hip hop. That's how my platform got big. Speaking out against gang culture and speaking out against the industry. I was the only nigga exposing the industry. Nobody else was doing that.
Right.
Now you got a bunch of platforms and a bunch of interviews with people doing what? Exposing the industry.
Yeah.
I paved the way. That's my claim to fame right there. Wow. Now everybody's like, you know what's disgusting about my section of YouTube?
Wow.
The dirty section?
Wow.
When you look at the topics, all the niggas that I brought in the game, what are they doing? My topics. Sometimes they'll do my topic before I do my topic. Okay.
Yo, this is this clean summer shoe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you like to get comfortable.
Okay.
And it's the trainers, you know what I mean? The side, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, like like I said, I appreciate you pulling up and,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But, like copying somebody is like a form of flattery, right? Like they took your style and I feel like, yo, like, it's a good thing, maybe.
My thing is, don't take my style and diss me. How you gonna do that? How you gonna take my style and diss me? That's like Zip with the Drip, right?
Yeah. What's up with him? You had an issue with him.
Let me ask you a question.
You had an issue with him.
Let me ask you a question. Would you know Zip with the Drip if it wasn't for me?
Yes.
How was that?
Because he knew a lot of people in the penitentiary, and when he came home, he
knew a lot of people in the penitentiary.
And when he came home, he tried to
listen. Did you know him before my platform?
No.
So what was the first place that you learned about him?
Maybe it was through you.
My platform. So now, my thing is, how many other niggas that came home from jail? Do you know every nigga that come home from jail?
No.
So why would you know him? I'm the one that started his whole career.
Oh my God.
He reached out to me. He came to me. As a matter of fact, the crazy part about it is the situation with Remy's son. The dude that Remy's son murdered is my cousin's baby father. So I did the story about this nigga. This nigga's an ill nigga. May he rest in peace, Darius. Zip reached out to me. Yo, I like what you did. I like what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Can I be down?
He didn't say that. Can I be down?
Yes, he did. Can I be down? So,
But what does Darius have to do with that?
Because that was his man.
Oh, but he wasn't supposedly dead at the time.
He was dead. He got murdered. I did the story.
Oh yeah, 2021. That happened 20. Oh yeah.
So I did the story.
Oh yeah.
Zip reached out to me, put him on my platform, was rocking with him, kept promoting him. I mean, like, let's keep it real. I made Let's Get to That hot on my platform.
Let's get to that. Yo, yeah, you were saying that.
That's why he started telling people, stop saying it. Oh, I'm going to court. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Because the reality of it is that, yes, I got that from Zip, but I made it hot. Let's just keep it funky.
He was getting a lot of shots.
Well, let's keep it funky.
But why did you? What's up with that?
He got a lot of shots because of me.
But why did you like? What's the issue with that? With you and Zip? Like, yeah, I seen you diss him on the internet, like on the IG recently too.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day,
see, you cool with everybody, and then like, why does it like kind of like?
Why do niggas that I help fall out with me? Why do niggas I help help? Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Unique Mecca Audio. 10 Toes Down. 050 The Movement, China Brim, Harlem Legend, Bullets Gotti,
a lot
Five Guard.
Yeah.
You would not know who Five Guard was if it was for me. His name wasn't even Five Guard, it was Giacana. You would not know who he was. I made Five Guard. A household name. Let's stop bullshitting. Be real. You wouldn't even have done an interview with him if it wasn't for me. How do you fall out with a nigga that got you on Math Hoffa platform where you got 1 million views? How you fall out with a nigga that brought you everywhere I went?
So it was his fault?
And I'm sharing the stage. Of course it is. Niggas don't want your help. They want your spot. That's like my whole thing with Zip. Zip talk all that. Oh, you suck wee. Like, dude.
Right.
Hitler. That nigga beat him up in jail. Beat him up, ran him out of the jail for sleeping with a chump.
Who?
Hassan. Zip with the drip. Hassan. He screams like he's the illest nigga in Nebraska. Hassan beat him up. Then after he beat him up, he sent soldiers at him to run him out of the jail. Like, you can't even stay here no more. Blue Boy goes to his cell, pulls out the knife, opens the knife up, puts it on his cell, tell him to lock out. He gives the knife back, goes to the toilet, shits out a balloon, and give him his drugs.
Oh, yo, stop.
Then when Blue Boy come home from jail, the same nigga that pulled the knife out on you, how you become friends with a nigga that pulled the knife out on you? Cause you was scared, my nigga. But on the internet, you the illest nigga. In jail, there's no guns. And his brother couldn't be in every jail that he was in to protect him. So now you got Hassan beating you up. Then he sent niggas to beat you up, ran you out of the jail. You got Hitler beat you up for playing with chumps. You got Blue Boy. Every battle that we heard about, you lost, my nigga. Who's impressed with your resume? Let me ask you a question. You seen his couch, right?
Yeah.
Whose couch would you rather sleep on, mine or his?
Yo, I wouldn't sleep on none of you.
No. Let's be real. Stop playing, my nigga. You see this couch?
Yeah.
You see my couch. Whose house would you rather sleep in?
Yeah.
If you had to pick a house to sleep in, whose house would you sleep in? Be real, my nigga. You wouldn't lay your face on that nasty ass couch. Be real. If you had to lay your baby down, your baby's tired, you want to go outside to play basketball in the yard. Whose house are you going to lay your baby?
He said, whose house?
Nobody would lay their face on that couch.
So why are you violating like that?
Come on, man. This nigga claimed the fame like your whole family was failures.
Yo, stop. Why are you bringing your family?
Because he violated my mother.
Oh, my God.
And see, the reality of it is I wasn't going to tell niggas that half my niggas that was selling drugs back in the day got some head from his mother.
Yo.
She was sucking dick for crack. His mother was a crackhead, right? His grandfather was a shit. His grandmother raised him. His father was a shit. His father got life. His uncle got life.
Yo.
His brother just came home from doing 20 years. He back in jail. Who the fuck goes back to jail after doing 20 years in jail? You got a family full of failures. Then what do he call himself? Who the fuck call himself a hooligan at 40 years old? Who the fuck calls himself a hooligan at 40? Nigga, you the age of grandpa. What that bitch ass nigga said? He told the little niggas, don't call me homie, don't call me unk, cause I'm gonna be fucking the same girls you fucking.
He said that?
Of course he did. That's why I stopped fucking with his nasty ass. I didn't put that nigga on the internet to be hollering at children. And that's why he got so mad, because now when he walked the block, the young girls be looking at him like, let me walk past this old nigga. He not looking at the woman his age, he's looking at the little girls. The fuck is you to think you gonna do 20 years in jail, then come get our daughters pregnant? Would you want that 40-year-old dude sleeping with your 18-year-old daughter? His reward is your 18-year-old daughter after doing 20 years in jail? Ill? Nigga, just apply for food stamps.
Yes.
He applied for food stamps. Come on, my nigga.
Yo, Haas, you be like trying to destroy motherfuckers, bro.
Come on, man. Nigga still sleeping on that same couch his mother used to suck dick on. Let's stop playing. The nigga still sleeping on the same. Man. He violated my mother, son. It's all my mother's dead. It's all bets off. And as a matter of fact, just for the record, when you put this interview out, any nigga that I know that's supposed to be friends with me or cool with me, let me see them liking that nigga post and following him. At some point in time, I'm gonna violate you. Just remember that. You're not gonna smile in my face and you supposed to be my peoples. And this nigga disrespecting my mother on the internet, I'm gonna violate you. Every bit of anger that I got towards him, I'm gonna take out on them niggas, because none of my friends wouldn't even know that bitch ass nigga if it was for me. Nobody would know him.
Damn.
I introduced him to the world. You was only known to niggas in jail, my nigga. You ungrateful son of a bitch.
Damn.
But that's what you do. That's what you get when you fuck with 40-year-old hooligans. When you see niggas sitting up there talking about, oh, you suck wee-wee. Why would you say that? Bam never put his wee-wee in my mouth, my nigga, so now you fantasizing. Is that what you, for that's what you was doing in jail with Quan? I'm gonna send you the picture of the nigga that he was fucking in jail.
Nah,
is that what you was doing in there with Quan? Nigga got ran out of jail for playing with chums.
Oh my God. Bro.
He went from being blood to Muslim.
Oh.
Who does that? He didn't do that in his young days. He did that in his older days. Why did he get blooded out? Is that a fact? Why, if he's the man, right? Why did he get blooded out? If he was that nigga, why he didn't blood out Hassan? Why you didn't hear about him running Hassan out the jail? Why you didn't hear about him airing out? If you just got into a fight with Hassan and he plucked you out, why you didn't go get your knife and get busy? No, you got ran out of the jail. So all this tough talk shit that this nigga's talking about, where? You ain't shit without your gun. I meet that nigga on any block and shoot a fair one with him.
Yo.
And I'm gonna beat the brakes off of him.
Oh my.
I meet him on any block. He can't fight.
He said he can't. Damn.
Who the fuck you know lost every battle that they had? And if you lost every battle that you had and you backed down from Blue Boy, a nigga invited you to a knife fight, you said no. Who does that?
Yo.
You didn't even punch him in his face. Then after he backed the knife out on you, you came home and befriended the nigga. And now you playing his audio on your platform like y'all cool. So that means any nigga that back a knife out on you, you cool with, right? You pussy. That's what I call that where I'm from.
Wow.
You pussy.
And yo, one more thing before we end this. What do you think about that dude, China?
What China?
The guy who died, passed away.
He was stupid. He was absolutely stupid. He came home.
Because I heard that he was an ill killer in Rikers Island and up
He
north.
got busy. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. China got busy.
Right.
But he came out here with his head too big.
Wow.
I didn't even know something like that. He reaching out to me. Yo, I'm in Bronx River right now.
He said that?
Come out here and meet me. I'm like, who are you? I don't even know you.
What the fuck?
At that time, I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
And he started letting it be known that, oh, he China. You want to meet me for what?
Right.
What are we doing? We getting busy? Should I bring some soldiers with me? Nah, I just want to talk to you. He in a van. He in an old school 18 van. And I'm like, fuck, I look like meeting you.
Huh.
Like I'm like Jay-Z of this shit. I'm just gonna come outside and meet you because you just said you want to meet me. I don't know you.
Right.
So after that, I started seeing he was making videos dissing me and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay. He trying to get my attention. He must want to be on social media.
Oh.
So, next thing you know, I see him at the Barclays getting the brakes beat off of him because he stole that watch.
Is it because of that?
He stole the nigga watch. And they caught him. He came back around and he at the Barclays, think he that nigga. And see,
I heard that he was trying to sue Barclays after that too.
I'm not stupid. I'm the type of nigga like this, right? My wife wanted to go to see Chris Brown for Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
It was last minute. She bought the ticket. She was like, come on, we go. And I said, nah, absolutely not.
Wow.
Because in the Barclays, if you go into the Barclays, right?
Yeah.
You better have at least 2 or 3 dudes with you.
Which he did, I think.
Because, no, I'm talking about for me.
Right.
Me just going into Barclays and me running into certain entourages.
Yeah.
You can't beat 10 niggas.
Right.
I'm not putting myself in a situation, last minute, I don't got nobody around me. None of my niggas is with me. I'm sitting up there watching Chris Brown dance.
Right.
And next thing you know, niggas are saying world star and I'm being flipped on top of my head by 10 niggas. That's not happening. Absolutely not. When I move correct. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I'm moving through the streets, who you see with me right now? Myself.
Right.
Because I fill out the environment and the niggas that I'm dealing with. The last time I went to Queen's Flip platform,
yeah,
I know he fuck with all my enemies.
Huh.
Nigga, I was in there 15 deep, 20 deep.
Oh, shit.
You're not going to just roll up on me and just have your way with me? No,
Right.
it's not going to happen.
Right. So, yeah, with that China situation, yeah, like he did some bugged out shit to me too. I told him that he was a bug out and he didn't like that.
Did you see the way he died?
Yeah.
Did you see the way he died?
Yeah.
Nigga got shot in the head inside a car.
In the back too.
And
he thought that he was on point too.
The dude ran away with a duffel bag. What was in that bag? Was it money? The dude that shot him, if that was the nigga that shot him, that left him in that car, ran with a bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta pace yourself in these streets, man. I've been around the block. That's why I know how to stick and move. You keep putting yourself on them street corners, they're gonna turn you into yellow tape. Like, at the end of the day, man, if you're gonna be outside this summer, and the summer already started and niggas is getting dropped,
right.
Get you some life insurance, my nigga.
Wow.
You're gonna need it. If you're gonna be outside, get yourself a gun, man.
Nah.
Get yourself a gun.
Just don't go outside, man.
If you're gonna be outside, you gotta expect the unexpected. If you going outside and you on gang time, you gotta expect the unexpected. And sometimes niggas think just because they claim trendy, sex, money, murder, which is one of the strongest sets out there, that a nigga ain't gonna test you. In order to be a killer, you gotta kill a killer. Outside of that, don't nobody give a fuck about you shooting somebody and they died? Was he a get busy nigga? Or did you just hit an innocent bystander? Killers kill killers. Outside of that, you're just an accident murderer.
Right. And yeah. You think this summer is going to be bad?
Of course it's going to be bad. It already started off bad.
Damn.
It already started off bad. You got a bunch of niggas that's outside that's broke. You come through with a smile on your face, they not smiling, they angry. They angry. What you think gonna happen? Niggas is coming outside hurt, broke, depressed, angry, and it's hot. You coming outside, you smiling. You got a little bit of money in your pocket. You fucking the bitch that this nigga like. What you think gonna happen? He gotta find a reason to get you out of the way. That's how the streets go.
Right.
Some niggas just want to go out to get a rep. I seen a nigga die in my hood over a dice game.
Over a dice game?
Over a dice game. Nigga died over a dice game.
But it involves money, so, it makes...
It was jealousy. The nigga that was rolling the dice was a fly nigga. The nigga he was rolling dice with was a bum nigga. They should have never been in the same space.
Wow.
They should have never been in the same space. You got to be careful with the company that you keep. You know you rolling dice with a grimy nigga, a greasy nigga, and you just took his money. You a fly nigga, and you just took his money, and you talking shit while you rolling dice too. Now a nigga angry. Some of these niggas out here don't even know when they gonna see their next dollar, and you just took his dollar.
Yeah. And like I said, on the brighter side, can you tell the people what you got going on for 2024? If you have any...
The only thing I need to have going on for 24...
Yeah, because we got 6 months left.
Raising my family. Taking care of home. Taking care of your priorities, man. Everything else is secondary.
Facts.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent. I'm still going to stay the best of the best, whether they play with my numbers or not. We already see what's going on. There's people that are still going to be looking for me. I know it's bots on my channel. Eventually, I'm going to make my own platform so that like a World Star or something like that so people could come over there. I want to create a movement of content creators. That's why I keep helping so many people.
Right.
Eventually, I'll get to somebody that's loyal. Eventually, I'll get to somebody that's loyal. That's why I be so skeptical when it come to people. You help a nigga, you fall out with them.
You still got your pit bulls?
Yeah.
Fire. Yeah, I like dogs better than humans.
Yeah, because they come up to you licking you. All they want is your attention, and people, all they do is want something for you. Everybody around me benefits from me. Everybody around me benefits from me. I don't ask of anybody nothing. So a lot of people be like, yo, why you fucking with that nigga? Why y'all asking that? I'm always home with my kids. Why y'all always on that street corner? Acting like it's all good in the hood. It ain't all good in the hood. Everybody in the hood got somebody in the hood that want to kill them. They just try to figure out if they could get away with it. Everybody in the hood.
Wow. That's some scary shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The sad part about it is when you find out who really wants to kill you, most of the time you're dead. That's the hood for you, though.
Wow. Damn, this is some real shit. This is some deep shit, man. And like I said, I was like, yeah, you got to keep on preaching to the youth, to the people, to the internet.
This fucking belt.
And like I said, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, speaking your piece out here. Always, like I said, you didn't have to come through, but you did.
I mean,
And I know a lot of people, if they even get on your platform, I feel like they get banned. Not banned, but it's like, oh,
I feel good seeing Math where he at. I feel like I'm a part of that. I want to look back some months or years from now and feel like I'm a part of your growth. I want to feel like I can sit up there and say this is something that I got on my resume where I actually came out and helped. Because I'm not doing this for too many other people. I'm telling you that right now.
Right.
Ain't too many other people gonna be able to get the opportunity to sit down with me like that.
Right.
Because niggas don't deserve it. On top of the fact that, Charleston White, we on the same level. Nigga getting paid for them interviews.
Right.
Getting flown out all over the place. You know how many people I turned down? Don't even respond to them?
Why?
Because everybody can't be trusted. You got to be careful with your invites when you get to my level. Once a nigga gets you on the plane, you on that plane without a gun. You get off that plane, you get to that hotel, you a sitting duck. You better be careful who you playing with.
Facts. Yeah, man. And what we talking about today was crazy, man.
Shit, I remember a story with E40.
From the Bay.
The nigga, he flew Biggie out.
Oh, yeah.
He kidnapped him.
What, that was a real story?
Yeah, told that nigga, remember that? Biggie stuck. And he paid him to come out of there. He paid him to come out there. Got the drop on him.
Right.
There's a lesson in every glass bottle. I learn from other people's mistakes as well as my own. That's why when people sit up there and say,
that's being wise, not smart. That's wise.
This happened to you, that happened to you, and it never happened again. You only got one time. How many times you think I'm gonna get shot in the middle of the projects? Yeah. You only got one time.
I really thought that shit was fake, Haas.
I mean, the reality of it is, your camera's here right now. Is that bullet wound? Is that a bullet wound?
Yeah.
You know what a bullet wound look like, right?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Right. There you have it. You actually seen a bullet wound and got it on camera.
Right.
You can't get no realer than that.
And one thing too, they were saying that, with Vlad, you was like, yo, he was cheesing the whole time, and he was calling him a culture vulture, or like, how do you respond to that?
How do you respond to somebody that reached out to help you when they see your career being sabotaged? Enemies could become friends, and friends could become enemies.
Got it.
Anytime a nigga reach out to me, where they see me being sabotaged and give me my flowers, somebody give you your flowers, you not gonna take them? Let's keep it funky. All the people that I helped started stabbing me in my back. It was the white man that came to my rescue. They say, yo, they trying to make this nigga fall off. Let me help him. It was a white man that did that, not the black man.
Wow.
You would have thought that Nori would have been reached out to me. Why Nori ain't reached? I got one of the biggest stories in hip hop. Why he didn't reach out to me? I heard him bring up Africa Bambata. Why he didn't bring me up? Why didn't Nori put me on his platform?
Because they might fuck up certain relationships.
He's a pedophile. Who cares? That's why I don't have no respect for these industry niggas. At this point, I don't even care if he reach out to me now. I don't even want it. It would be dope to have that on my resume, but the reality of it is...
I think it will happen.
It's something to have on your resume, but he ignored my story for so many years. Straight ignored it. One of the biggest stories in hip-hop, the story that actually triggered all these celebrities being exposed. Let's keep it funky. Remember, R. Kelly case came after me.
Right.
Well, the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
Since you talk about R. Kelly, like this is my final shit too. I never listened to the radio, but one day, last week, I listened to the radio. I heard from Flex. He played R. Kelly. I can't see nothing wrong. And he played that. And I'm like, he's like, yo, as long as it's good music. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I felt kind of weird, yo, as a man. You know what? Like, am I bugging? Am I bugging?
See, the thing that pisses me off, if you was going to play the music, just play it. But the fact that you justify playing it,
yeah,
and you know he a pedophile, is that part. On top of the fact that you got pictures with Africa Bambata.
Who?
Funkmaster Flex. After he was exposed for being a child pedophile. Yeah. How do you explain that?
Yo, I don't know.
It is what it is.
Like I said, Haas, just keep killing it, Haas. Yeah, you gotta spread the message. You know what I'm saying? We rooting for you, bro. And like, yeah. Like, I really, you know, like I said, I love your perspective. I don't agree with everything, but you are always, you know.
Always me.
Right.
Never trying to be nobody else and going against the grain. I don't want to fit in. I want to stand out. I don't want to fit in with everybody else. And that's what I came here to do, stand out.
No, and you have been. And like I said, I support your shit. I fuck with you. And like I said, I came through your spot back in the day. when I was doing in the car, and yeah, you know, and it was good. And
yeah, I'm glad you came back because you know I know you was ready to give it up at one point in time. So to see you back in action is definitely dope.
Right, you know, and I have a great team. You know what I'm saying? And like
that's what makes it even better. The fact that you have a team, a support system, is that it makes it real, man. Right. I wish I had the staff that you got right here. Niggas on standby, whatever you need help with, they standing right here. I wish I don't have that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I got is a bunch of fucking freeloaders.
Wow.
Everybody sticking their hand out. Now just imagine if I had access to what you got right here. How far I would really, really go.
But but at the same time, you're doing it yourself. So I think it's like bittersweet. Like,
yeah. But at the same time, it makes it even easier. Like even when it come down to a nigga asks me for some money, but a nigga won't share my videos.
Huh.
To help me go more viral.
And like I said, one thing too, I really appreciate and love what you do. When we have those conversations on the phone, you always tell me, it's like, yo, you should express more about like you know yourself. And you always give me good pointers, like real shit. And like I said, that's why I respect you a lot, bro. Like, and when we have those conversations, I really definitely take it to heart and be like, yo, I listen. I haven't listened with that, but it's always in the back of my mind. It's like, yeah, I have to start doing it. And you're one of the first people that have been telling me, like, yo. So, like I said, like you do drop ill jewels. And like I said, like, you know, and what can you, you know, help or explain to the people who's coming up, like who's trying to do this, you know, YouTube thing? Because, you know, like you do it through the phone, right?
Through my phone.
And like I said, like, you know, nobody could do it like that, you know? And you're still fucking relevant. And I'm like, wow, like.
The whole key to it is, you know, one thing that I learned.
But then, yeah, but what if those people who's doing it through the phone and not getting like that, you know?
See, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Consistency. Don't look for help. Because help is going to cripple you. Going on other people's platforms is going to cripple you. Wanting them to push you, just keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, but what if they just only getting 200-300 views?
Itchy
everything.
By that weed.
What if I'm getting only like 200-300 views?
Keep pushing.
For the past year.
Everything is about a topic. Everything is about a topic. Like sometimes you got to pull a Charleston White, my nigga. Sometimes you got to get dirty to go viral. You got to think outside the box. Niggas, I done said some of the craziest shit on the internet, even though I stand by what I say. Charleston White will tell you he's in character. I'm not in character. I mean what the fuck I say.
Right.
I be dead serious.
I thought that moderator shit was fake. The you know when you had that moderator dude?
Derek Williams?
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yo, when I seen that shit, yo, I was so entertained. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? He's like, yo, you see this guy? Yo, get off me. Get off me. He's like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I said, I'm a real, get the fuck off me. Yo, you seem gay. You seem like, and I'm like, yo, what the?
See, you probably seen the clip part though. Did you see when I slapped him to the floor?
And then you pushed it. He's like, oh,
I slapped that nigga.
Yo,
they cut it. See, that's the whole thing, right?
You was live. I was.
Yeah, but then they cut it. I slapped that nigga a few times. He fell to the floor. Then I had to pick the nigga up because he almost got hit by a car. And I'm like, yo, I just played myself.
But whatever happened with that? Was that real? Like,
yeah, that was real. That was my Charleston White moment. Like, nigga, when my YouTube get at a standstill and they not sending out my notifications. You think I'm not gonna you think I don't got another Grammy in the bag?
See, but that's like, when you say that means like you plotting and it's like fake. You're like,
no, it really, listen.
What did
it really happened. I just said, let me film it while it's happening. It wasn't fake.
Okay.
I really did slap the nigga. I really was falling out with the nigga. I seized the moment. Like, all right, let me go viral real quick.
To me, that was crazy.
It got everybody to talk about me, right?
Right.
Good publicity, bad publicity, it's still publicity.
Right. Well, but then to a newcomer, like, you know, like, yo, you got to do this and that. Like, yo, you know, how can you, like, not trying to follow your footsteps, but somebody who's like, You know, like that moderator shit was crazy.
Listen,
like,
if you're not prepared,
Derek Williams.
If you're not prepared to make a name for yourself, just stay off of YouTube. What are you on there for? You want to be seen, right? You up there to get the views. If you ain't willing to get stupid to get them views, then what are you up there for?
Good point.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Like you got to keep in mind, I come from an era of niggas selling drugs to feed our families, extorting niggas, robbing niggas. You think I'm gonna be so now? You want me to be a good Samaritan on the internet? Fuck that. Niggas done sold crack and dope to their next door neighbors, but you want me to be a good guy on the internet?
No, but you. But yeah, that moderator thing, that I was, and like I said, there was so many people, like bloggers, that wasn't even fucking doing anything, but they would blog about your shit. And it was just so crazy. I'm like, damn, Haas got it.
Yeah, that's how you keep a nigga in the algorithm.
Yo, Haas is crazy.
Because the funny part about it is those other bloggers, if you really pay attention to it, like some of them, they got an FBI feeling to them.
What are you talking about?
You got to understand this digital COINTELPRO. If you got FBI on the block, you think you ain't got FBI on the internet?
Yeah, but then, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah. They got FBI on the internet.
So guess. What? So this FBI agent is blogging about you, and
sometimes
that's what they're
some
doing?
of these people catch court cases, and their job is to smear you on the internet. Yeah.
Oh, what
Digital
the fuck?
COINTELPRO. Digital COINTELPRO. Yes. Some of these motherfuckers is agents.
Damn.
How do you see a person get on YouTube and make a video about the same person every single day for 4 or 5 years? That's not normal.
No, it's not. It's like, yo, that gets him the most money. Why can't, you know?
Some of them not even getting views. So it's like, why are you doing it? Every single day? No breaks? I started seeing things that wasn't normal, little patterns. And then it was a time when YouTube was pushing them in the algorithm where niggas would get 100,000 views talking about me. Now, they're trying to fade my name out to the point to where that they don't get no views talking about me. I be laughing now. I'm glad you ain't getting no views.
Wow.
Anytime you put my name in the title in that algorithm, my name was flying.
Right.
Now, look how they playing. Just 3 weeks ago, I just had 9,000 people in the building.
Yeah.
Now I could barely get 2,000. Just that fast. Who's doing it? Sit back and analyze.
Sometimes it's like,
watch academics numbers, right? You notice academics been going live with this Diddy shit, having 30 and 40,000 people in the building.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Go to academics page right now and start looking at his pre-recorders that he's putting up. Now he went from having hundreds, 2 or 3 or 4 or 500,000 views a day to where some of his videos is barely getting 50,000.
People outside, it's summertime. They're not like, what?
That's YouTube slowing them numbers down. That's YouTube slowing those numbers down.
I just feel there's not more clicks.
Let me tell you something. People are addicted to their devices. Even though they outside, what do they still? They still holding their phone in their hand. Niggas is going to the club looking at their phone. Ain't nobody dancing.
Right.
You in your car, you're not even paying attention to the road. You looking at your phone. Right now, these phones is the number one addiction. Phones are more addictive than food. You wake up out of the bed, the first thing you do before you go brush your teeth is grab your phone.
Facts.
In the middle of the night, you wake up, the first thing you do is grab your phone.
Right.
It's addictive.
Right. I
gotta catch myself sometime. Like, yo, why am I your phone is literally in your hand all day, 24/7.
Right.
Constantly checking your social media, scrolling, looking, like, share, subscribe. Yeah.
It's yeah. I don't know, man. This area is crazy. It's and everybody's like an instant gratification, but I get it, you know. Motherfuckers, it's their mind span is like short as a motherfucker. So, but you know. But there's a lot of like key to. I love this phone too because you could get a lot of knowledge too from this. Like, you know, the answers right there. Boom, boom.
Right.
So
depending on what you're looking for.
Right.
That's like when people be asking me what I be watching. Like, nigga, I be watching people growing flowers and shit like that on YouTube. I don't watch these bum ass YouTubers.
Right. Animal Planet.
Yeah, I like to watch how to do it things. Mr. Fix It. Or watch dudes like, CJ So Cool raising his kids.
Nah, but you be on top of the fucking hip hop shit. You be on top of your shit.
I be on top of it.
That's the thing that you post anyway.
I be on top of the hip hop, but at the same time, I don't really watch nobody's platform. If somebody send me a link and I see a story that I like, I give my perspective on it.
Got it.
And then I'll leave it where it's at. Outside of that, like, I don't be watching. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm subscribed to platforms that I don't watch.
Oh, okay.
It's just that it has to be something that interests me. I'm not watching every episode of any of these niggas.
Right. So what? One thing that people don't know you about. Can you
What people don't know about me?
Yeah. Just like that you don't put on the camera and shit. Like,
I'm an open book. You see who I am is like, I'm just daddy. You know what I mean? I'm a father. That's what my whole life is based off me being daddy. Like, if I gotta get tough, I get tough. But the reality of it is, my main thing is being home with my family, man. Niggas can have the streets. You can have them. Right. The streets don't love you. They ain't gonna hug you back. But they will put you in a casket. So it is what it is. That's what you want to be. That's what you want. Live it up.
All right. Like, yeah, and then I seen your daughter come out the school bus and all that, and like it was a good look to me. Like I was like, oh shit, I seen your family structure, like not, I didn't see it, but how all that played a part, and I really was like, oh,
Yeah, this is what I do on a daily basis. I'm like, if you always outside, who's at home with your kids?
Right.
You always outside, who's at home with your kids?
So like I said, Haas, thank you for pulling up. Like I said, I love your perspective. Once again, you're one of the illest motherfuckers on YouTube in Nebraska.
In the heart of traffic. Oh my God.
What time is it?
4:24. Like, damn. How long we was recording for? Like
2 hours, 15 minutes.
For real?
Yeah. I was talking about that.
But like I said, any last words? Oh, Biggie or Pac?
Pac.
Nah. What?
Pac, you gotta understand, son. Pac was a poet. Pac spoke to your pain.
Right. Meth or Red Man?
Both. Them niggas is like
MOP or Mobb Deep?
I gotta go with MOP.
MOP?
But I love Mobb Deep equal too.
Right.
Gotta go with MOP.
MOP or CNN?
MOP.
Damn. Yeah, I fuck with MOP hard too. I bought all their albums. I was a big fan too. I try to get fame on to this shit too. But yeah, yo. Like I said, Haas, thank you for pulling up. This shit was crazy. And keep doing your thing, Haas. And whatever you need from me, I'm here, bro. Real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bronx River, stand up.
Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Because they smile in your face all the while. They want to take your place. Some backstabbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.